Y'all ready for some angry ranting about historical narrative? Because that's what you're fucking getting. So this just came out today. And I have opinions. So, hi, I'm Omni Rusted. This is this is XCOM Chimera Squad. We're gonna talk about it because I'm upset. So, this just came out today, like a couple hours ago. I've heard great things about it. I will say that first off, I have heard great things. Beagle Rush, who I talk about a lot, or who I watch a lot, says it's shockingly fun. I'm upset, personally. I haven't even played the game yet. This is literally going to be a blind play. I'm upset about historical narrative because I am obsessed with story. Now, XCOM, I've always been a fan. I was a fan when I was a kid and played the first ones by Julian Gollop. I love Xenonauts, which if you haven't looked at Xenonauts, definitely go check them out. They do amazing things, and they're actually coming out with a what is the word sequel soon. And I loved XCOM Enemy Unknown. I loved XCOM Enemy Within, which canonically never happened. And that's where I started getting upset. I based my fucking career. Started it about XCOM Enemy Within Long War. Love it. Love it. Then XCOM 2 comes out. I was super excited for it. I got donated by one of my longest viewers, one of my best friends, Cam, the whole legendary what the fuck ever edition, and it was vastly disappointing. I had planned to get a tattoo of the XCOM symbol. First tattoo ever. I had planned to be XCOM. And then I was horrifically disappointed by it. Which sure you've heard me rant about before, but we'll just start with the fact that canonically, XCOM Enemy Within never happened. Exalt, mechs, the gene mods, all the psychic powers, all that never fucking happened. Now I understand why they did. They actually made a very clever argument about it, that so many people, that they actually tracked how many people lost the original XCOM Enemy Unknown. And because of that, they made this interesting narrative in XCOM 2 where the commander was actually captured and forced to run simulations by Advent, combat simulations. Which is a weird thing in its own way if you think about it, because, like, why would you be forced to run combat simulations ever in that vein? That means that they were running combat simulations that, humanity, that other factions like XCOM trying to save humanity would have been using the things that you were fighting against in XCOM Enemy Within in order to fight back against Advent. That means Exalt, Muton squads, the Mechtoids, all of that. That means humanity had mechs and had genetic engineering and had psychic powers that they were using against Advent, and then all that's gone in XCOM 2. Not only that, but there's a couple things that I'm really upset about. So, XCOM Chimera Squad is about, well, let's just call it Jake Solomon fucking loves the A-Team. And decided that instead of making and staying with XCOM, just XCOM as is, you know, a much beloved genre of game, that instead he's gonna get the fuck rid of it, and do the A-Team, where your characters aren't allowed to die. Oh my god, what did I just do? Let go. Your characters aren't allowed to die, which is the foundation of every XCOM game ever created. Not anymore. Nah. So, first thing, The sectoids. The story behind this specific one was the first part where I went, what? Apparently has been a sectoid since before the original invasion. In the original XCOM Enemy Unknown, they were tiny gray aliens, genderless, all of this stuff. Now, they look like this, and we don't know why. They didn't have fingernails, they didn't have that facial shape, they didn't have mouths, they didn't have butt cracks, and then in XCOM 2, it gets explained by after the original invasion, sectoids were changed with human DNA. Sure, that's fine. That's not how fucking cloning works. Not even alien fucking cloning works that way. And not only that, if you're gonna import them with human DNA, they wouldn't keep the eyes. They would develop some kind of nasal orifice, not just a fucking mouth that they don't even need. But now they have mouths, and not only that, asses? If this sectoid was in the original invasion, why does he now have a mouth and a butt crack? That is a cosmetic change I can't even fathom. Like, oh yeah, we want them to look more like humans to make people more used to sectoids walking around the planet. Let's make them naked with pointed, angry teeth. They don't speak English whatsoever, and then we give them butt cracks. Sure, they're walking around naked, but who's gonna notice? I'm gonna fucking notice. Okay, next. Mutons are frogs now? This is beautiful. They've got head ridges, you know, they've got like all of this, and then in the second one they changed them to be a little bit more frog-like, I guess, but they've still got like bony ridges and stuff like that. They've got sharp fingernails, they've got some kind of mouth, and then what? I don't know. Frog mutons. Bred to be aggressive. They were never green, and that guy's green. I don't get that either. Also, his story is also fucked up in the exact same way of, he apparently felt pity and compassion for the human race, and what? Why is he? Why? They were controlled by psychic troopers, so that wouldn't have been possible. B, why is he green? C, compassion? I'm angry. Next, the snakes. The fucking snakes. Now, in the original XCOM, they went with a very a roster of aliens that made sense. They had floaters, which were like a horrific blend of genetics and technology. They had the sectoids, which were the tiny gray men that are always seen in like alien movies. Then they had kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference with the thin men, because they were kind of like reptile, like white guys who were behind all the government stuff, and they were an infiltration thing. But with those thin men, they went, oh, they don't need to hide their reptilian nature anymore, so they turned into big titty fucking snake aliens with guns. Now, we had it explained to us, and this is a quote, this is a direct quote, those are supposed to be venom sacs. Bull fucking shit, Jake Solomon. Not only that, motherfucker tweeted, let me find this really quick. I didn't totally have this prepared. When I designed the Viper in XCOM 2, I truly had no idea that there was a thing for female human snake hybrids. What a world. I don't mind. I'm not on this earth to play goalie. I just had no idea. Jake Solomon, you are a fucking liar. Fucking liar. At least in Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro said, oh yeah, no, it's not a furry thing, they're called scalies. Jake Solomon's like, I had no idea that by putting tits on a snake, people would be attracted to them. But what the fuck? First off, in the first XCOM, they were genderless because aliens have no need of a gender, or a sex, or any of this shit because they're just fucking aliens. This could be a thing that is completely isolated genetically or biologically to our planet. That makes complete sense, especially with the with Advent's love of cloning technology. They don't need a biological sex whatsoever. Instead, suddenly we have the Viper, which has all female snakes, and then a king. Why? No fucking reason. Because Jake Solomon is a scaly and is trying to deny it to the world. Don't be ashamed of it, dude. Nobody's gonna kink shame you. I'm game shaming you because you fucked up your narrative again. Not only that, in this one, suddenly, big titted snake women, their tits are gone. Why? I guess maybe she doesn't need her enormous D-cup venom sacs anymore. You know what? I don't care. I'm still upset. Also, these are supposed to be Advent soldiers. Which don't even look like, by the way, Advent soldiers in game when you first encounter them in XCOM 2 before you get the DLCs, which invalidate the older DLCs. Jake Solomon could not put together a historical narrative if he was fucking playing Civilization, which Firaxis also designed, which makes complete sense as to why Gandhi uses nukes. There's no historical narrative, and I'm a lover of storytelling, and I am upset. Not only that, your characters aren't supposed to die. Oh my god. I'm omni-rusted. I'm angry.